Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 15 Week 6 Day 6. So today, of course, we still have ourselves the good old Vault event weekend going on. Still great time, we still got another day and 6 hours, so we're only halfway through. Today we are going to be doing a couple things. First things first, I believe we are actually completed with the trial thingy. And let's go and get ourselves our orb, see if we can get anything. Did we get anything? Nah, just major purple, which isn't horrible, but not quite what we're looking for from it. But we'll take it. Alright, next. Other things. We have a decent adventure board today. So we do want to make sure to go grab that. Not only do we have a gem key, but we also have 2 Imperials and 6 Browns and 6 Greens. So a nice little variety of loot over there. Actually, might go for that first. Definitely don't want to skip on that. Aside from that, yeah, Underspire. We're going to be trying to go through here. We are actually going to need to spend a little bit more torches today, probably. Because we have messed up a little bit on that previous section, so hopefully we'll be able to get through now. At this point, wait, do we even know what pathing we need to go at this point? Well, we checked over there, we checked over there. Looks like we got a billion different angles here. We got a 92 double path and a 92. Gosh, no, why would you do this? Okay, I'm pretty sure it's that way. But, why is our pathing so weird this week? I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Aside from that, anything else to really mention? Obviously, Vault events. And, oh, also, I got so unlucky earlier today. Remember earlier where we're almost like single digit verse 2? Well, I tried getting more verse 3s today, or, you know, just farming verses. And verse 3 just would not drop. We did it for hours. And I have 1. And it was like an hour ago too when I got that one. Like most of the day I went with 0 and the other ones were just getting all of the verses. So ridiculously unlucky. I think we're as low as like 9 earlier on verse 2. So we got like a 7-to-1 ratio or something. Somewhere's around there. It was not good. And of course the other 2 got a bunch. But yeah, somehow only 1. I don't know how, relative to how long we farmed for. So we're definitely going to need to speed up those verse grinding some of this stream too. But let's go clear out all the dailies first. We got a lot of really juicy ones, so let's start there. I'm really curious to see how we do in the Underspire progression as well. As this has not been going too well. Honestly, I'm almost about to throw 400 gems at that one gate. We're almost going to need it at this point. Let's see. What am I looking for? Oh no, I was getting plenty of gnomes. I was just not getting the gnomes I needed. But my gnome rate wasn't bad. It just, what I was getting from the gnomes was not ideal. I get a couple good angels though, if nothing else. I think I got like 5 niches today just from angels. Like half of a full niche of metal just from angels today. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope you guys been doing well this weekend. Hello Bill. Hello Ricardo. Hello yeah. Hello Frank. Hello Supernova. Hello Cookie. Hello Draco. Hello Sushi Ninja. Hello Logic Slayer. Just stopped by to say hello. I hope you have a good weekend. Hello Isabel. Hello Tyrion. Hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let's go click the leprechaun button. Get our mana flowing. And dead. Alright, this is not a good leprechaun board, but it will not stop us from clicking it. You have 32 more shiny Charmanders today? What event do they have going on now? He bought us the pirate stuff, so thank you so much. Well, I'll definitely make sure to wear it for Talk Like a Pirate Day. Which is this 19th. We'll also be handing out an extra code that day. That will have the... Actually, I forget what year it is. Actually, I don't even think I've revealed what the pet is, so I won't say what it is yet. But, yeah, we have one of the old Talk Like a Pirate Day pets. And we'll wear little pirate outfits and have a pirate pet to hand out on that day. On the 19th. So this time, 19th, we'll have a code. Well, I mean, not the exact time, obviously. It'll be a little bit later in the stream. But around this time on the 19th, we shall hand out the pirates. Or the pirate pets. It's one of the old year ones. I can't remember which. I know which pet it is, but even with that knowledge, I do not remember what year it is from. Oh, we actually have tribute ready already. Let me go grab that. Give me that tribute. A lot of times I take it just before the stream, but because I've been farming for verses the whole time, it took a little while ago. But I've been farming for at least the last 3 hours on and off. Not to mention a little bit earlier today. And no luck. We got one the whole time. I think in total we got like 20 verses, but only one of the one we needed, so not ideal. What do we need here? We'll take that one over. You'll come back soon with a plate of food. I actually just ate before the stream, because otherwise I'd be hungry all stream and I would talk about food the whole time. It's still probably not going to stop us from talking about food, but it'll make it less likely. Though I did only grab one water. I might need to go get another drink if we're going to be going for a while. I'm not sure how many verses we're going to try for tonight. I guess at least 3. Because I only have 1 right now, so we're going to manually have to grind for 2. And with my luck today, 2 is going to take us until like 3 a.m. So we'll see how it goes. We'll get a little bit luckier. Oh, so you know what we haven't had happen yet this weekend? We haven't found the verse we need inside of our verses yet. Where you basically get refunded for the verse. It is pretty rare, but last weekend I think we pulled it off like 2 or 3 times. And this weekend we didn't get it a single time yet. We've seen verses in our Paloozas, but not the verse we need. At least not this weekend. Because whenever that happens, it's essentially just a refund on your Palooza. A free Palooza. Assuming you have pretty even numbers of all of them. Except for 1. Wait, you need to stop reviving. This team does not have any way to viably kill when there's a revive. I was gonna go for this and hope there's alignment somehow. Or he does that. That works too. I was hoping he would take a skull that would allow us to take a skull. But him also doing nothing works perfectly fine. Anyways, next order of business. What's in our mail right now? Oh yeah, it's just our pity keys. We're gonna need those. Let's go clear out dungeon. Then I want to go mess with Underspire a little. Because I'm really curious to see how our progression's gonna go. Because we've been doing pretty bad this weekend. Or this week for the thing. We've had a lot of really weird pathing this time. And we're a bit behind the curve of where we need to be based on days as well. Because we only have 2 days left, today and tomorrow. And we're only like halfway through. Let's see. We'll take that one down. I'd have to pull a desperate measure. Alright, we'll take that one over. That doesn't get perfect from here forth. Actually, I need to do some math. If we do 2 perfects from there, that's 26. The other one's already covered. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. Because we'd have to make it through... Actually, we'd be fine if we don't make any mistakes for the rest of the time, but we're still gonna have to spend some extra gems this weekend. Like up to the 150s, which is a little unfortunate. Because it's actually gonna get up to like 800-ish. Alright, there we go. Final fight here. Head to Underspire. And then we Palooza. Actually, I might just do some verse farming. I only have 1 Palooza right now. Then we'll throw the 1 Palooza and then start verse farming until we see like any number of them. What do we move here? I'll take that one over. Oh, I need that purple that I just moved. Or the yellow. Yellow works too. Though somehow not enough mana even with the explosion. I'll take that, get everything to full. And that should be most everything. We just do that. Boom. Take out the other one. And somehow you need to get full mana. That works. And there we go. Relax first, then verse farm. Anything here? No, this is a trap thingy. Alright, so last daily that we haven't done. Let's go mess with the good old Underspire. We're gonna have to spend a lot of gems today. Alright, let's throw down 1. Let's just see where we can go from here. Okay, so we have a double path and a single. We don't have a one-off. I'm gonna go down and hope we do not regret this. Because right now we've almost scouted out this entire area. But yeah, we might have to max torch today and max torch tomorrow, which is not ideal. But if it gets it done, it's still kind of worth it. Because we've been doing, what, 50 per day? Which means we spent 250 there. If we then spent another double 300, ooh, that would almost be 1,000. Or no, it'd be 850. But that's still kind of worth it for double gold. 850 gems. Not as much as we'd want to pay for it, but we would definitely want to do it for it, that's for sure. That's the only problem with Underspire. You never know exactly how to scale it if you do go down some wrong paths. Because then you end up overspending at the end of the week with how it curves. It's hello, Nightmare. Hello, Easy Breezy. Hello, Maximus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. What is this gonna be? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we think it's gonna be 5 again? Is this gonna be another double dead end? No way. There's no way I'm scouting this whole area. But that's also gonna double dead end us. Because it's gonna go in both directions. We already know that. I have no clue at this point. We're just going for it. Oh no, we saw it was a 5 earlier. There's nothing stopping it from being a 5 again, I guess. I don't like the layout that we have. It's so condensed that it's being weird. I don't like this corner. I thought walls were bad. Corners are even worse. Because it's scrunching our entire area together. Which caused us to have our first ever 5. And we're currently heading to a 5 off. Which normally would mean dead end. But honestly, at this rate, I have no clue what to think. We're just gonna go down there and see what happens. And if it is wrong, that means we scouted literally the whole area. Which is not ideal. That's all. I'll see what's over there. At least the battles are easy, if nothing else. Keep spam clicking until they're dead. Alright, let's go see our dead end here. Double dead end, go. Oh, wait, that gives me... Oh, wait, hold up. That gives me 100% confidence that the boss room's actually there. Hold up. Interesting. If this did go in both directions, it'd be like, oh, double dead end. But one single direction like that, that's almost guaranteed to be boss room. Please be, because otherwise you're dead end into literally nothing. But that gave me a lot more confidence. That doesn't mean it's actually going to be the boss room, though. But it does give me more confidence than if it went in 2 directions. Oh, that's weird. We have like a random square in the middle of nowhere that you can't reach by any means. I haven't seen that too often in the layouts. Where you have like a path completely around a single square that you can't actually reach. But that means we would have had a double 5 off in the same... If this actually is it, we had 2 5 offs in the same layout. It is not! No! Confidence averted. What on earth is this layout? Okay, let's go over here. Let's go the other way. Which means we would have scouted every possible room, probably. Alright, throw the other poke. Throw the other poke. That does make sense because it was 5 away. But also in literally this exact same layout, we have a 5 away. So I don't know what to think about it anymore. But apparently that 5 away was not a 5 away. Oh, come on, we have double path. 106. 102. I don't know what to think at this point. We're gonna literally go for every single section. I don't know. Do we think higher level or lower level? Honestly, I kind of want to go for the lower level one here. Will we even have enough torches to make it? This might actually be the first time we don't actually make it all the way to the end. Let's see. Oh no, I'm kind of leaning towards this one. 106, 102. It is lower level though. I don't know, let's just scout the whole floor, I guess. Because if we go this way... It could be either way. Like, something makes me want to go down higher level. Oh no, I still think it's higher level way. We're gonna go this way. Let's just scout the whole floor. What's the worst that can happen? Alright, throw that down, take a little poke. Even with this mistake, though, we still are somewhat within the running of being able to complete it all. We just have to make sure we don't make, like, any mistake here, fourth. Which is pretty unlikely at this point with how many we've been making. Up, free skull, we'll take that. And 2 more should do it, and we're good to go. Alright, what path do we get here? Does that give me any more or less confidence? Well, we kind of knew it had to go that way, so that doesn't actually give us any info compared to what we already knew. Yeah, don't you convert brown? Yeah, you do. Transform brown to the other thing. I should probably target these. These things are actually kind of annoying if they ever cast. They're realistically not ever going to, but if they did, it'd be annoying. So we shall take them out first. Alright, 1 down, 2 down. I'll take like 3 if you count the other guy. We can resummon them if we get super unlucky, though there's no way they would ever get a cast off. We're good to go. Alright, come on, dead ends! Yeah! We did it! We scouted the whole floor! Success! We did it! Alright, let's go the literally only possible way left. How does this happen? How have we gone from so many perfects to, like, in the last, like, 2 weeks, we've, like, full scouted 5 floors? How does that end up happening? But yes, we have successfully scouted the whole floor. Every possible mistake that can be made has been made. Honestly, should just take a token thingy. I don't think the 4th boss room even gives anything that good. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boss room. Okay, there we go. Well, it kind of has to be at this point. Quite literally impossible for it not to be. Worst comes to worst, if we actually legitimately find the merchant room in the next section before we get to the other thing, I'm just gonna throw down the 500 gem. I think it's still worth it to get the gold. Oh wait, what room is silver on though? Isn't it the 5th section? I really should have done on the 4th if we're gonna do it. Wait, is it the 4th that is silver or the 5th that is silver? Does anyone remember? Is the 4th the silver or the 5th the silver? What does anyone remember what the loot for 5th is? Is basically the main question. Because I actually forget off the top of my head. Because whichever one is the blue orb is actually pretty skippable. If we truly had to just pinch some gems to get past it. But that would only happen if we happen to find the merchant room before the boss room. Which is unlikely, though at our rate, pretty likely. How not to run under Spire. And there's the boss room, as we mentioned. Fifth one is blue. Okay, so 4th is silver. And we'll see that when we go and take it right here. Okay, so if we do happen to get super unlucky on next floor, we're using the merchant. If we somehow merchant before the boss room, we're actually going to use it. Because I'm concerned with how many torches we'll have left tomorrow. Oh no, we'll see. As long as the rest of our torches today is fine, I think we'll be okay. We're going to buy max torch today. Because we kind of have to. With that many mistakes. Because we're still on track to potentially do it under 1,000 gems. Which is still more than we'd want to be spending, but still less than 1,000. Alright, there's the boss room, because it literally has to be. Quite literally impossible for it not to be. It's the only room left. We've successfully scouted the whole floor. Or unsuccessfully, depending on how you look at it. Alright, I'll take that one. Also, I really wish we had another damage source. There's, like, nothing in this kingdom that does anything relevant Alpha Brown. Like, just a few, like, a mass explode and stuff like that. As far as, like, useful damage, they all end their turn and don't do that much damage. I normally could offset it with Hero, but I don't want to use the glitch thingy right now. Actually, does the glitch even still work for Underspire? Even if we did, the best we could put there is, like, what? Doomed Club. Which would help, but it wouldn't fully fix the problem. Oh yeah, this is the Epic Valky Glory one. Alright, so the next one's the one that is useless. Interesting. Let's go max up our torch. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Rip 250 gems. But too many mistakes have been made that we need them. Alright, now we're up to 12 torches. If we do this flawlessly, we will know exactly where the door is today. The problem is, we're going to be exactly one torch off of knowing where the door is. Unless we get a 4 pattern or a 5 pattern instead of a 6. But if it is a 6, it is actually impossible for us to see the boss room today. Which is so unfortunate. Because we don't actually know, like, how far we're going to be away, ultimately. Hello, Red Devil! Welcome, welcome. We could use the insta-kill boss. Wait, which one? I'm trying to think. Wait, insta-kill boss from Hellcrag. Is there one? I'm forgetting one? I don't think any of the boss troops were from there. I thought it was from Drak'Zum, not Hellcrag. Wait, is Catharix from Hellcrag? Am I going crazy? I thought it was from Drak'Zum. Wait, let's see. Oh! Wait. Wait, he's... Oh, but he's not... Oh, wait, there's a problem. I know why I didn't use him. He's not a construct. Duh. Yeah. But he's not a construct, so we don't get boost ratio from him, though. Because this is what we have underneath the construct category. And then do it by base rarity. Wow, why did I think it was from Drak'Zum? But, yeah, he still has the non-construct issue. The only mythic we have is Colossus, which does nothing. He just mana accumulates. We do have an AoE, which would be like Black Manacle, but it doesn't get much beyond that. And that's basically it. That's everything. That's brown that's usable here. But yeah, we do actually have the insta-kill guy. But then we get less extra turn potential, and I'd rather have the infinite loop than the insta-kill. Alright, let's go move forward. We can't possibly mess up on the first section, so we got that going for us. Now just to figure out what to do from there. The only thing that's going to be really annoying is we're going to be exactly one torch short of getting where we need to go, unless it's 4 off or something similar. In which case we will have enough to see it. But if it's actually a 6 off boss room, it is impossible for us to reach it today. We'll be exactly 1 off. And by 1 off, I mean like 1 off from visibly even being able to see it, I believe. Or then again, no. Actually, we would be able to see it. We just wouldn't have the battle to be able to do it. So yeah, if we do this flawlessly, we can see the boss room, but not take the boss room. Because we actually have 12 of the 13. So never mind, yeah. We actually would be able to see it. Because we started the room with the first torch there. We have 12. And 12 will be enough to visibly see the thing, but not able to take it. So if we can flawless this section, we're actually in a pretty good position. Because then we have... oh, then again, we still have to max tier tomorrow to be able to do it. But the less we scout, the more likely it'll still be that we can get through. Do I have the bonus for Hellcrag? Which bonus? Alright, well that's obviously a dead end. Let's not go that way. This one's higher level anyways. But what do you mean bonus for Hellcrag? Yeah, honestly 3 Chalcedony might be enough. For the final section, we might go use the insta-kill one. But then we see turns like that, even with the higher gem spawn, and it's like, ooh. Yeah, let me kill the Chalcedony before Chalcedony kills us. So I don't have that many constructs to use it with, so it won't be as threatening. My only concern with putting Catharix onto this team is, he's never gonna extra turn. He's gonna give them, like, infinite yellow mana. And I'm almost more concerned about his Fairy Fire than anything. Because at higher level range, they could almost two-shot us off of Fairy Fire. We do have the backup book, which might be enough, though. We can just resummon a whole team off of that. It's not gonna be good, but it will be a team, nonetheless. I don't think I need any more copies of that pet. Okay. So this one can't possibly be incorrect. So let's go this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have 2 more. And then we need to figure out what our path's gonna be. Alright, what do we need here? We'll go take the... Why is nothing here usable? I'll take the yellow. And now I can actually start doing things. Oh no, we're entangled! All of our free damage! Gone. So I just realized, I don't think I'm running pure magic right now, am I? I think I'm running 20% into 8 magic. This team actually doesn't need the 20%. So I've been getting a little bit extra damage pressure there. I switch it out for Orpheus so we can get cleanses there and there. The Orpheus only triggers at beginning of turn. Like, if we keep extra turn spamming, it's not really going to do anything. Yeah, let me go switch that real quick. It'll be a little bit extra damage pressure. It's not a lot, but it adds up if we're casting that many times. 4 damage a poke. Alright, we go switch that out for now. Switch it back later. Alright, we're almost there. Double check the pet. Do we need it? Oh, wait, I actually do need copies of this one. Oh, this is the Kazale pet. I thought that was the brown bonus pet. Because the other guy creates a billion brown, but no. Alright, so we go over here. Alright, we'll take the yellow right off the bat. We'll take a brown. That should be everything we need to get rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Also, as I mentioned earlier, we will be handing out 3 codes every single one of these streams this weekend. I haven't handed out one yet. We should probably do that soon. The only problem is the third one is not going to be the pirate thingy one. Apparently, they're going to just be normal codes. But we'll still do it for this weekend, because why not? Good old Vault weekend. But, yeah, we'll have a cat, a dog, and a normal code. So we do need to go dig up that normal code. Because I forgot, I still haven't copy-pasted them into a thingy yet. Still need to go do that. Actually, I should probably go open it up right now, just so we can, go and actually do that. Oh, don't you revive? Did you really? What? You have revive? 25% chance to summon a stone Mephrit upon death. I almost forgot they even exist because she never dies. I can't remember the last time I've seen a Chalcedony die on my own team. And even here, it didn't die on our own team, it died on the enemy team. I kind of forgot that was even a mechanic. But apparently it is. Alright, let me go, set up that thing. Alright, let me go find it real quick. Alright, let's see. Wait, where is it? Let me grab. Okay. We should have code soon. In several moments. Alright, code shop open then. Alright, anyways. Where were we? Let's keep continuing. And then we can actually get to some good old Vault event. Okay, we got a double path. What do I think about this? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's the door. Door in the middle of nowhere. Now, here's the moment of truth. What way should we go? Because our predictions have been horrific this week. Oh, you're silenced. That's not ideal. Oh, and you all have spell reduction, even worse. Actually, that's not true. Only the first one does. Wait, what is this team? Really weird team. This isn't the one that they normally have for the yellow thing, is it? I believe so. It's a really weird composition. Alright, let's take this out. After that, also once we finish out Underspire, we'll go hand out a code. For sure. Either a cat or the dog. And then we got a lot of Vault grind to go do. Because we need to manually grind most of our verses too. We'll run Palooza once we finish this, and then we'll go to the, trying to farm them. Because we got many we need to go farm. Because I wanted to see if we could do at least like 3 tonight, which means we're going to need to farm at least 2 of them during the stream. Alright, there's the door. We already knew that. Let's go take this room. And do we want to just go immediately up? I want to say yes. Even if it's wrong. I immediately want to go up. Because worst comes to worst, even if we find the merchant, I might honestly take it at this point. It's 500 gems down the drain, but it guarantees we get to double gold. And that's worth the little over 1,000 gems. It would also save us a lot of gems tomorrow. By a lot, I mean only like 150 or so, but still. It would theoretically only cost us like 350 then, in a sense. If we do actually need max amount. Unless we just immediately find boss room, in which case we're good to go. Immediately finding boss room would save us like 400 gems or something. Because we probably wouldn't need the last 150 tomorrow. Plus, we wouldn't need to spend like the 500 today. So hopefully we'll get a first try, though there's only one path we can do that off of. And it is right up here, and I have no confidence in this path. 173, 160 double direction, 146 with a treasure room. It is probably the merchant. Oh yeah, I do need to grab the pet. It has a lot of time though. We have like 40 minutes. 53, we got plenty of time. We'll do it when we hand out the code. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, back to Underspire. Alright, we're doing it. I'm just going up. This is the path immediately adjacent to it. Let's just hope it is the one. Because this is the only way we can actually visibly see the dead end within our number of battles. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. And if it's right, we're in a really good position for tomorrow. But if not, time to go spend a ton of gems tomorrow. Probably the most we spent on Underspire in a while. Because we might actually reach over 1,000 then. Honestly, still kind of worth it. Like, if I was to spend, like, infinite gold on gold medals, I'm pretty sure I would spend almost, like, 1,000 gold per thing. And even if we spend, like, let's say 1,200, hypothetically. I don't think it's going to get that high, but if it did. That's only 600 per gold. Plus you're getting all the other loot. Alright, do we have any confidence with this? Did that make me any more or less confident? I have no clue, but we don't really have a choice. We're going to keep going down until we reach a dead end or we run out of torches. Or technically both, because assuming this is a 6 off, we have exactly enough torches to see the dead end. Or the not dead end. Whatever it shall be. Okay, we'll take that over. Oh, he has the reverse thingy. That's not ideal. I also cover, like, no color with the same until we get browns. Once we do, we cover all the colors. All the colors of brown, brown, and brown. The only needed color. Yeah, we'll see. We might run the insta-kill guy for the final section. My big concern with running him there is he might backfire. The big benefit of it is stats are going to be pretty high. And he would save some time. It's just a lot safer doing Chalcedony, though. Like, we're never going to lose a single fight this way. Not to mention, this book actually resummons constructs. Which I guess if we wanted to do a little bit of a riskier team, we would go, like, her, Catharic's book, her again. That way, if it does start to break apart, we just resummon a whole team of constructs and then this infinite loop off the final slot Chalcedony. Because I believe this book summons entirely constructs. Ooh, this gives me good confidence. A double path? All we have to do is choose the right one. Ooh, okay, I like this. Please be a double one-off. Technically, the double one-off thing with our current method has not failed us yet. It keeps giving me 2 of the same level, which makes me not have no clue which way to go. Because I don't know how that works. But if they can actually give us ones that are different leveled, I think we have a good enough method down that hasn't missed yet. Until it does. But it hasn't failed us yet. So we'll see what happens. It keeps giving double same level, and I have no clue what to do when it's like that. Because there's no real differentiation between the two if they're the same level. Let's see what we get here. Please be something really obvious. Okay. Based on this, the answer is right. 186? It's still right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could technically go there, but it's probably not. I'm going right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right here. Because this is a one-off technically. It's just we're deep enough that's 2 off. And normally the double path is always double dead end in this situation, so we're going right. Like, this is the one-off thingy, except it's 2 because we're deep enough that it has a bigger number. Because the last 2 sections sometimes do that. Alright, I'll take that one over. Grab our pokety poke. So if it's not over here, this would be the first time the one-off method doesn't work. But if it does, then it still has a 100% success rate. Let's hope so. Because that saves us a lot of gems tomorrow. And if it's merchant, we're about to spend a lot of gems tomorrow. Like, if we're about to go straight to a merchant, I think we're spending 750 gems on the event tomorrow. That's not even an exaggeration. That's the exact amount we're going to spend. Is 750 gems. Which is not ideal. All in one day. That'd be more than the rest of the week combined. But it'd be what would be needed to get to the gold room, guaranteed. At moment of truth, I think we have 1 torch left, right? And then we get to see it. Okay, moment of truth. Door or no door? It should be the boss room. And if it's the merchant... oh, God. I think we would have scouted almost every merchant this week if it's merchant. I don't think we've ever scouted this many merchants. I need to go, like, study where they were. So we can learn how to never find them again. Because this is one of the closest weeks we've gotten to, I think, finding every merchant. Other than, like, the very first week. So what are you doing having exactly 1 HP? I still can't get over how weird some of our sections were, though. Like the first ever 5 off. In an area that literally only had, like, a direct path. Like a direct path to door. And then one way went to merchant and one way went to boss room. And it was a 5 off boss room. That's probably the weirdest section I've ever seen. No! Wait. I just realized one slight benefit of this, though. Let's do some math. Okay, well, let's throw it out every single method we ever knew. Because everything's a lie. Well, except for the primary thingy. The primary path thing. That's actually still 100% consistent. But everything else we know is a lie. We saw our first ever 5 off from main path. And I think we've scouted like every merchant in existence. Also, the 1 off thing didn't work. Technically, it was 2 off, but that's still a 1 off. Okay. So, let's do some math. 500 gems for the keystone. Gosh, why are they so expensive? I know they get more expensive as you go deeper, but still, gosh, that is highway robbery. And we're about to click it for the first time. Well, technically we did it on the very first week. Let's do some math, though. How many can we possibly mess up in the rest of this area? Yeah, I think we have to, because we're going to have 7, 15, 22. Yeah, I think we have to. That gives us 22, technically 23 to do the final section. We only need 13 to find it. But if we waste more than, like, 5 in the rest of this section, we probably won't make it. Let's do some math. If we were to do it that way, what is the total amount spent on the week? So we did 50 per day for 5 days. It's 250. Today we did 300. So we're up to 550. We do this, we're up to 1,050. And then we do the other 2, which brings us to 1,200. Yeah, I still think that's worth it. Actually, that's the exact hypothetical I made earlier. It'd be, I guess it wasn't hypothetical after all. That means we'll probably spend 600 per gold medal thingy. That's still absurdly worth it. Yeah, give me that keystone. Probably never going to do this again. But we made way too many mistakes this week, so we're going and doing the dumbest thing possible. Okay, there we go. And now we're just going to go straight down there and be good to go. Anyways, for next week. Or tomorrow, I should say. Anyways, in other news. Let's go fail at something a little bit less and go do a palooza. But first, let me go ahead and add a code. Oh, so let me go do that pet. First things first. One thing at a time. Let's go do code. While queuing up into pet fights. But yeah, I don't know how to find boss room anymore now, apparently. Everything we know is a lie. 4 off doesn't work, 6 off doesn't work, the 1 off thingy doesn't work. I think it might just be truly random, and we just got really lucky some weeks. I'm not sure. Because every strategy so far has had many cases where it fails. Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the code. Why can I not find code? Code. Alright, I don't know which one this is. But I believe it is cat. There you guys go. Enjoy cat. And then we will have dog. And then a little bit later we'll have random normal code. Because apparently they don't have the pirate pet in it. Though we do have 1 pirate pet to hand out, but only on Talk Like a Pirate Day. I still wish they would have gave us a few more. Like, giving us 30 pets a month, a little bit too much. Giving us 1, like, is better than 0, but a little bit too few. Like, yeah, at least do, like, 5-ish of them. Hopefully we'll get somewhere in the middle. Because I know when the Shark Week happened, it was like, wait, why did she give me, like, 30 shark coats? Or 40, however many it was. But 1 is a little bit too few. That's basically like 0. Hey, a pet we can finally go upgrade. I have gotten several of them throughout the day. But still, none of the 2 I need. We haven't been able to find the Infernus or the Tina 9001. Still haven't found it. It's out there somewheres. It isn't drop table. It even says it on the card and everything. I'm not sure if it's weighted differently or what, but yeah, just cannot find it. Because they are for a mythic pet rather than, you know, a standard one. I sure hope they're not weighted differently. But there's just so many in the drop table that the fact that we only need 2 makes it really unlikely we'll find them. So there is a good chance they're weighted the same, and, you know, just the number that we need is just really small. So it seems like we never get them. Because I think we only have like a little over a 1% chance that any random pet will end up being it. Which means if we see like 40 random pets over the course of a weekend, there's a good chance none of them will be it. Because we only have a little over a 1% chance with 2 that we need, that we'd actually find the pet we need. I forgot how many pets there are, but I believe it's like a 1 point something % chance that we'll find it per pet roll. So even with something like 50 rolls, there's a good chance we would not find it within then. Yeah, I do like the parrot from the campaign pass. Actually, I haven't put it on my shoulder yet. I've been using the cool one that we had from the previous Legends Reborn. Oh yeah, that's something I didn't mention in the monthly thing that is on Terran's World, but on another page on Terran's World, it's like question mark, question mark, question mark, but on another one, it was like, hey, it's on this date. We might be having a Legends Reborn this month. I'm not sure what dates. Or if they're even going to be doing it. But there's a chance we're getting one for Mist of Scales this month. But it wasn't on the calendar thingy. Also, I clicked upgradable. Where is he? Wait, didn't we just get enough copies to upgrade this guy? Am I going crazy? I thought we just got enough. No, I just... Oh, no, we didn't. Never mind. It was like right on the edge of the thing. Okay, I see what happened there. Never mind. I see what happened. Like, we do need more, but that wasn't enough to get the next upgrade. I thought we were like one off of the thing, but no, it was like right at the beginning of the upgrade. I see what happened there. Anyways, there's the kitty. We'll have the dog in a little bit. And we'll have a random other code in a little bit after that. Okay, can we finally start doing Palooza stuff? I think we can. What have we not done yet today? As far as dailies. Let's see. We failed heavily at Underspire. Good job. We successfully, horrifically failed that. Let's see. We did pet, at least for the hour. We did that. I think that's all the things. We've claimed our thing. We took the ridiculously juicy, not that. The ridiculously juicy, adventure board. And I think we're good to go. Okay, let's go and do our first Palooza then. Let me go get the timer. I don't even have it up. And this is the only Palooza we have left actually at the moment. I have not been able to find that many today. But we'll go try to see if we can find some on stream, I guess. We haven't technically done any streaming of the actual hunt for them, so let's go do some. If it'll ever open, come on, I clicked the thing. Oh, now it's going to open 2. No, it's going to open 2. There goes 2. How do I cancel you? Let me get rid of 1. Okay, now we should only have 1. On your end, it probably looked the same the whole time. On my end, there was like a billion timers. Okay, there we go. I think I have fixed the issue. Let's make sure the one timer that's still up is working. It is. Alright, let's go and run our Palooza. Let's go to games. Oh, I should probably go back to Dust Devil Team real quick. Wild Plains. Battle. Make sure to do the correct one. Also, let me just change this one to the correct order. I keep it down all the way at the bottom because it's easier to click on my mobile device when I do it on mobile. But on PC, I like to have it on top. Just so we can quick kill a little bit easier to get its mana back. And it's also where I'm used to using them when I'm using this team. Alright, let's go run our Palooza. Alright, other, no more Palooza. One singular Palooza. Well, at least we can't possibly misclick using multiple at once. If you only have one. What a solution to the problem. You can never accidentally use your whole stack of Paloozas if you only have one in your stack. The ultimate solution to never multi-using Paloozas. Never have more than one. I'm not sure where all of our Paloozas went. Whatever happened to the keep 10 on reserve? Because that didn't last too long. We did that for like a year or two. For the last several months, we have pretty much been like floating near 0 Paloozas the entire time. Like always reaches back to that number. Well, let's see if we can get a little lucky here. Update our numbers, see where we're at. As weird as it may seem, we're pretty much halfway there. We're a little less than halfway, but we're pretty much halfway, which would make sense. We're like halfway through the weekend. After this, we get to do some nice chill verse farming. Which honestly, I feel like is the most relaxing part of Vault Weekend. You get a lot of progress. You don't need to worry about any timer. You still get a ton of loot. Because even when I was barely getting any Paloozas, we were still getting a lot of good angel loot. A few good merchants here and there. But honestly, I was mostly getting good angels today. I think at most what I got from the merchant was like a few deeds here or there. I'm pretty sure I got 4 or 5 Nisha tokens from an angel today. As well as a few of the Rit drops. Like the smaller 100 ones. Which, of course, the merchant 200 ones are actually almost better than her free 100 one, but they still add up. Basically, one free deed into any color you want. Which, of course, goes to purple. Also, I covered the video earlier today on the month, and one thing I didn't even realize until I was like talking about the week. Hey, an epic Volkey with a Volkey. One thing I didn't even realize, well, other than the fact that we're getting the City of Thieves faction thingy, but the main thing that I didn't actually realize is we have 3 Magic Kingdoms next month. Out of the 4 event weeks we have, because you can't really count this one as one. Well, I guess you could, but of the 4 like full event weeks that we have, 3 of them are Magic Kingdoms. Which is kind of insane, given that there's only 5 in the entire game. Yeah, we have a lot of Magic Kingdoms. If you don't have them upgraded, great month to do so. If you have a reserve of event keys laying around. You get a magic bonus when you get them to 5, 10, and 20. Technically 30 as well, but none of them are 30able, so it's not relevant yet. There are 30able kingdoms, but there is no 30able Magic Kingdom yet. There will be at some point. The 2 that are closest right now are Karkaroff and Darkstone. Darkstone even more so, because it's getting another trip. Actually, wait, does anyone know the star level that Darkstone gets to on its event week? I didn't even think about that. Isn't it almost like 28 or 29 star or something? I know it's pretty close. I don't think it's going to reach 30 on its event week, but it's going to get really close to doing so. It's going to be a 28 or a 29. If it is a 29, that means if it gets like a random mythic at some point, that'll be enough to push it over. Or if it gets one of those cosmic dragons that we're going to be getting in the next patch or 2. Because we saw them on Terran's World, so they're coming in some kind of update. I really hope they cost Dragonite. It'd be kind of annoying if they cost a new currency. But if they cost Dragonite, that's actually a really good use for Dragonite. But we'll have to wait and see. And the reason I mention that is, one, the Cosmic Dragons might be for Darkstone. I don't think we currently know what 8 kingdoms they're being associated to. But if it is Darkstone, that might actually be enough to push it over. It feels like Darkstone would get one of them. Obviously, Dragon's Claw would probably get at least one of them. The one based on the sun is probably going to Suncrest. No clue where the other 5 are going. This Palooza started so well. I feel like we haven't gotten any key in a while here. Come on. We're getting key after key earlier. Need a little more. Gotta at least get 20. We're currently below the curve, actually, for how many keys we should be getting from Paloozas this week. Not by much, but we are slightly below how many we should have by now. Could just be that we've been doing our battles slightly slower on some of the Paloozas. But it could also just be us getting unluckier. Or a combination of both. Because that's one thing that's always hard to tell, because I never keep track of, like, exact number of battles. Like, if we're just doing it slightly slower on a given Palooza or week, or, if we're actually getting unluckier. Because a lot of times it might not even be luck, it might just be we're battling slower. Or we're getting a lot more of those walls when we see the Dragonite Gnomes, which can sometimes delay you a little while. Like, we had one instance of it yesterday where it blocked us for, like, what, a minute? Because not only did it run away, but when it ran away, it summons a dragon. And then that dragon took, like, 2 hits to go die. Because it was above one-shot range as well. Which, that is probably the most annoying gnome to ever exist, a Dragonite Gnome. They added, obviously, deliberately to, like, counter this team. Like, they basically wanted to nerf this team without nerfing this team. And their middle ground solution was Dragonite Gnome. And honestly, it did pretty good at doing so. It pretty heavily nerfed this team without touching the team at all. Because Rowan build wouldn't have to deal with it. If you're running Rowan, you don't ever have to care about a Dragonite Gnome. They'll just die like any other gnome. So good evening, George! Welcome, welcome. Hope your weekend's been going well. Speaking of them, 1 HP. Perfectly calculated to be the most annoying possible. There we go. He will always survive with at least 1 HP from that combo. That's basically his whole role of existence, is to counter this team. Luckily, he has he's a rarer gnome, so he doesn't appear that frequently. Otherwise, I probably would stop using this team if he did actually appear really frequently. But because he doesn't, it's not that big a deal. Ooh, double Volky. Yeah, I think we'll hand out the next code once we find our first verse 3 of the stream. And then we'll hand out the normal code a little bit later. We'll hand out the doggy when we find our first verse 3. And it could technically be while we're doing this right now. Even though verses are less likely to occur during a Palooza. They do still occur, and hey, an epic Volky, nice. Though we have not gotten a single verse 3 from a Palooza this weekend. I think we did it like 3 times last Vault event. Which was above average. I think on average we'll do it like once a weekend. Or once, you know, Vault event, I mean. We have seen verses during it this weekend, just not the one we need. Also, hopefully we don't get as unlucky as I did throughout the entire day today on trying to find verse 3. Hopefully the bad luck will end. Honestly, we've been doing really unlucky this weekend with pretty much everything. But overall, even with all that unluckiness, I know we're still doing pretty good on Vault event overall. Loot's still coming in. I've been a bit unlucky on finding verse 3s and a bit unlucky on apparently Underspire. Because this Underspire is going to cost us either 1,050 or 1,200. Depending on how well we do in the next section. Which is the most it has cost us in a very long time. That's still worth it. Because I was expecting that mode to be like 1,000, give or take, every week. We've had plenty of weeks where it was like several hundred. And I guess we'll still have those very unlucky weeks like this one where it's still a lot. Yeah, third of Palooza left. Gotta make sure we get the timing right. Also, so far we haven't really gotten any good loot from the end 15-minute Paloozas. Of course, we've only had 5 so far, but still. I think the best we had was 1 Curse Gnome was in one of them, I believe. I don't really need Curse Runes. If anything, we'd really like to see a Dragonite Gnome in one of them. Because even though we don't really want to see Dragonite Gnome, seeing it right at the end is kind of beneficial. Especially if one of the upcoming patches this year is going to be dragon-related. Because I am like 90% certain if they're adding 8 more dragons to the game in one single patch, there's no way they're not using Dragonite currency. There's no way they're going to make another currency. As much as they love adding 1,000 currencies every update, they're not going to add another one for things that are already dragons. If they were adding something that wasn't dragons, maybe. Like if it was a bunch of pirates or rogues or something, and they add some kind of new coin currency. But if they're going to add a bunch of dragons, they're definitely going to use Dragonite for it. To give it a purpose again. For everyone who's already gotten Diamantina. How goes the Vault Farms? It's been okay. I wouldn't use the word good to describe it. It's definitely average or below average this weekend. As our entire luck has been. At least we didn't go over drop rate that much on Mythic. It took us 1,200. It's about at drop rate. A little over, but not that bad. A Pyronite. Arg. Actually, I am curious if we're getting a patch next month. I believe we won't. If I had to guess, it's going to be early to mid-October. If I had to guess when 7.1 is going to be. Though if it is mid-October, I think that's when we're going to get the dragons. Because we're likely getting 2 or 3 more patches this year. One in early to mid-October. Another one sometime in November. And then one mid-December. It's almost back-to-back-to-back patch. There's a chance we only get 2. But a lot of times they do throw 3. near the end of the year. Mostly because they always throw one in December for some reason. Like, they always like to get one out right before the holiday. Even if it's a mini-year patch. Though the one last year was actually a pretty major one. It's when we got the orbs. Like, the patch didn't do much, but what it did was amazing. It added orbs to the game. Or not orbs to the game, but, you know, it made orbs viable again. It added all those other orbs that we normally keep track on the bottom. Like the pet orb, the minion orb, the, actually, those are both the same thing. The minion orb, the glory orb. The forging orb that made it actually viable to max all Doom weapons for the first time. Because prior it cost literal tens of thousands of gems. I feel bad for everyone who did do that, though. Like, there are people who spent, like, upwards of 50,000 gems to max every Doom weapon. Now you can do it for basically free. If you just wait long enough on the forging orbs. Thank you, Sani, for leaving a like. Greatly appreciated. And we'll have a dog code, and actually, we're going to head out once we find our verse 3. As soon as this 2-minute timer goes, we are not stopping. Actually, well, we're still going to the stream even after that, but next code will be handed out whenever we finally find a verse 3. Because I have been so dry on them today. Well, there's technically going to be 8 new dragons, from what you can see in the files. As far as what's on Terran's World. Which almost makes me think it's going to be in 7.1. Although it could easily be in, like, the November patch or something. But it might be in the next one. But I'm not sure how the system would work. There's like 6 space-related dragons, and there's like an eclipse dragon and a sun dragon, I think, or something. Or whatever they were called. Like, there's some kind of like sun and moon kind of thing. And then the other 6 were just space-related terms like Nebula and Nexus and stuff. That actually would have been a good one to stop on, but we could still get like 2 more battles squeezed in. So if I see a Dragonite Gnome in any of these 2 fights, we're stopping instantly right there. In all fairness, the battle would probably force us to anyways because how long it would take. Alright, Moment of Truth. Can we get anything good here? Come on, let's see a Dragonite Gnome and a Soul Gnome and another Dragonite Gnome and a Glory Gnome. Wow, why have we been so unlucky? Horrible. Worst one you can see, worst one you can see. That one's okay, and almost worst one you can see. Wow, 3 bads and an average. Let's see what we get. Come on, at least give us like 1 Volkey there. No! No! He even drew his souls. He drew like one of the worst things in his drop table. Wow, that's horrible. Why has our luck been just so bad? Anyways, let's go update our numbers. Let's see where we're at. 117, which means at least we did find 20. Though some of that was from the grind earlier. Though I don't believe I got a single Vault Key from Angel. Oddly enough, I think I got a few epic Vault Keys from Angel, but I don't think I got a single normal Vault Key from Angel. So all those Vault Keys, unless I just found one randomly from a gnome during the thing, were pretty much from this Palooza. So it does look like we probably hit 100 during this Palooza. I mean, not 100, I mean 70. I mean, not 7. Oh gosh, I can't say numbers. 20. 20 is the word I'm looking for. Wow, we're at 13 epics. Oh yeah, because we found like 3 off of Angels earlier. I'm pretty sure only like 2 or 3 of those were from the actual Palooza right now. But yeah, the rest came from Angels earlier, and we're at 6 Palooza now. Well, there's our numbers. Basically halfway, counting pity, to our 300 mark. Okay, so next order of business. We're gonna Dust Devil grind until we see a verse 3, and then we hand out a doggy. That is the game plan. And the team I've been using for it is just Dust Devil, Triple Ironhawk. Of course, you can use Rowain or any other build out there. But that is the game plan. We click this button until we see verse 3. Hey, Angel. I've been doing so good on Angels today. Come on, let's see it. Oh, no! I jinxed it. But yeah, our Angel rate has been really absurdly good today. It's been like the only thing above average luck was our Angel rate today. Everything else, horrible. Rate of Angels, amazing. Are we going for 690 Volkies this weekend? No. We're sticking with the classic 300. It's a manageable grind. Not too high, not too low. It's a good number to aim for. Hello, Imperial! Welcome, welcome. You're always out of colored pet food. I have been running out a lot more recently. But that's also because I never do pet battles these days. Like, unless it's a pet I need, I don't even touch the pet events. Which is the only reason I've been running out lately. Because I'm not accumulating anymore. But we have enough white pet food to last for, like, the rest of time. Unless they had some kind of new feature for it. Like, we're literally never running out of white. Like, unless they completely revamp how the system works, I think it's almost physically impossible for us to even run out of white pet food. But I have been running out of almost every color. Like, each individual color. But we have enough white pet food for like 5 years of pets, so it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, I have been actually buying the color pet food offers from the merchant lately. It's only 2,500 for 10. It's pretty good value. The white one's actually worse value because it gives you 10 for 5,000, which is half the value at double the cost, which makes no sense. I'm not sure why they made it like that. So relative to the other ones, it almost costs like 10,000 relative to how much you need to account for the other ones. Whereas the other ones are 2,500. Even though it costs 5,000, it's half as effective as colored pet food. So it's effectively 10,000 for the same that you get from the 2,500 color. So if you ever see 2,500 color from your merchant, and the other offers something you don't want, you actually should always go for the color pet food. It's actually ridiculously cheap. The white one could be okay, but it's a lot more expensive for what it is. Yeah, they're valuing it because of its universalness, or whatever term you want to use for it. However, its actual value of how much it effectively upgrades a pet relative to costs is like 1/4 the value of colored pet food offer. So it's not really as worth it. Like, if you really needed pet food, it'd be still okay. It's about 4 times as much if you just click a colored pet food. Ooh. Oh, no! I thought that was Ritz! I saw a little thingy there. Aw. That's not what I want. I'll take the deeds. I thought that was the 200 Rit offer for a second. I still get those confused. I'm not sure why. After all this... Oh, Dragonite, no. We might need you, Dragonite. After all this time, I still confuse... Oh, I should have taken the extra turn thingy. Oh, I made a mistake. Anyways, after all this time, I still confuse maps with the Rit icon. They're both kind of like a bunched up map looking icon. They are distinct. Oh, we only got 30 Dragonite. But hey, better than 0, I guess. Better than 0. Oh wait, why am I like taking this offer as if it's an offer? Never mind. I was like waiting for it to load as if it was actually a useful one. They're not useful. Yeah, they do look similar. They are distinctly different though. But their general like overall design look very similar. And this is what's been happening all day. I keep getting verses, but they're not the one I need. Which means absolutely nothing. It's been happening literally all day. Like this. This is exactly what's been happening the last several hours of farming for verses. I'll see plenty of verses. They're just not the one I need. We'll see every single one in existence like 10 times. Except the one we actually need. It tends a little bit of exaggeration, but I believe I did get like 6 or 7 of every color that I did not need. I only got one of the one we actually needed. I'll keep buying the deeds. We just spent 1 billion blues. Buy some more. So we're starting to run low on gems. We're almost down to 20,000. For the longest time, we were trying to keep a reserve of over 30,000. I always keep a reserve over 20,000, so if we ever do fall behind that, we need to go speed up our gem accumulation rate. Luckily, even though our gems look like they're down right now, after we open these 300 vault keys, we're going to repair it almost back to 30,000. Well, maybe not all the way. All the way, but I don't know. About how many gems do you get from 100 vault keys? Also, get you later, Clip Bomb. Thanks for stopping by. Because if we break it down, the peanut gallery of the 3 other guys are probably going to average about 5 gems per key, if you account for all their drops that they have. So that's about 500 gems from them. You're going to get like maybe 3, 5? I wouldn't say 5. You're probably going to get like 5 of the 120 drops, and then like 1 of the 300. So what is that from 100 keys? That is 300 plus 360, which is 660, plus 500, which is 1,160. You times that by 3, because that's how many 300 would be. And that is 3,480, which you could basically say is 3,500. So roughly, that's a really guesstimation there. But roughly from 300 vault keys with our ultra guesstimation system, we should get around 3,500 gems. That's not enough for us to reach 30,000, but it is a pretty big chunk. Yeah, 300 should be about 3,500 or so gems, give or take a little. Those like super guesstimation though. Could be less, could be more. That sounds about right. 3,500 from 300. And that's not counting any of the other things that have gem value. It's just the physical gems, not the total gem value. Just the actual gem drops that give you gems that you can spend on anything. Like merchants. We'll take the gem keys. I'm not sure how I feel about buying Aranias. Like Nishas I still go for because there's still use for them. Anus I go for the same reason. But I don't know how I feel about Aranias. I guess they're still okay value. You know what? I guess Aranias do have a little bit more of a justification for getting them now. And you know why? World events only happen once every 5 weeks now. And a lot of my calculations for like the long term of how many tokens we'd have of each token assumed that we'd have a world event almost every week. But now world events happen about once every 5 weeks. So you know what? Maybe Aranias are worth going for if like everything else is not a good offer. Yeah, honestly, I have been considering not buying Nishas after Underspire because the silvers and gold medals does make them a little less enticing. They're still pretty good value though. Also because of the versatility. Because you can use on whatever one you're low on. Like if you're low on silvers, you can use them on silvers. If you're low on gold, you can use them on gold. But honestly, I feel like I'm mostly going to be using them for the silver level of mythics. But yeah, the value has gone down. Yeah, to be able to buy it off Nisha, you have to spend 1,500 gems for one single metal. Which is basically half a silver. Which now that I'm putting it that way, yeah, isn't Nisha actually worth skipping now? So yeah, maybe we should only buy Arania and Anu now. Yeah, maybe we should stop. We haven't had too many opportunities to like mass buy them, and I still have been. But yeah, I guess we kind of should stop doing the Nishas. Because we're effectively paying almost the equivalent of 3,000 gems for a silver medal. And that's somewhat not worth it. Like, that's basically what it comes down to because of how broken silver metal is. And gold metal, obviously. Like, silver metal is 3,000 gem saving, and gold is 4,500, assuming you're using it for Nisha. It's one of the reasons why it's one of the reasons why we spent the 500 gems we just did. Because of our unluckiness, so we needed like a little bit more to reach the gold. Because 500 might seem like a lot of gems, but compared to a 4,500 gem object, or like a 3,000 one, it's kind of insane how much value they have. But yeah, the ratio on the Arania medals is actually kind of good if you compare it to the pricing of World Event. I believe the first or second bundle is a little bit cheaper than it, but every other one is like way better to do the Aranias off of Merchant. And epics are going to be one of those weird categories to upgrade now that we're not getting World Event as often. Actually, what's kind of funny is one thing that the medal system kind of did, the Orbs of Glory that we've had the last year now, or almost last year, last 9 months or so. It basically did what Underspire did to ingots. Where legendary and mythic ingots at one point were absurdly hard to get, and then they added a feature, you know, Underworld, that then made it absurdly easy to get. And now, rather ironically, the thing with the word under in it has basically done the same thing. Underspire has basically become the new thing, but for medals, in a sense. And that Anus or Nishas are, you know, they have a really easy alternative to do now. Just use Glories. Which is basically what happened to Legendary and Mythic Ingots back in the day. Where they were absurdly rare to get and then became absurdly common. Like, you literally just do Underworld and you have infinite number. Basically what Underspire did, except with a much higher gem cost. There's a lot of things that you do for Underworld is like a one-time gem cost. Underspire is literally every week. But you do get a lot of loot from it, though. It is a weekly occurrence compared to one and done on Underworld. Because once you get a 2,500 faction, you're basically done with that faction forever. Other than, like, farming it for Tuesday factions. Underspire's the new Explorer? I wouldn't quite say that. Though I do feel like we need a new Explorer added to the game. Either an expansion to the already existing Explorer or a revamp to how the Explorer system works. Which we have gotten in the past. Both things happening. But what on earth is this offer? No. But what was the point I was going with? But yeah, I feel like Explorer could really use an update. Both in loot as well as in everything. Gameplay, loot. Pretty much every aspect of it. Could use a bit of a revamp. Because the tokens it gives these days is pretty underwhelming compared to Glory Medals. The difficulty of it's pretty easy with max stuff. Unlike when it first came out, where it was actually a bit of a challenge. And, I don't know, it just takes so long for what you get in return. There's also a lot less incentive to do it once you finish the Mimic grinds. Because once you have the Mimic from Explore, there's a lot less of a need to do Explore in the current state of the game. Like, you pretty much stop doing Explore the second you get the Mimic Troop. Or, you know, as far as high-level Explore. At least in the current state of the game. Because all you really need from high-level Explore now is 1 Anu Medal, 3 Nishas, though even that you can get from merchants these days. Both of those two things. So yeah, there's almost nothing you even need from it anymore. Like, what's left? I guess the only other thing you would really need is just the Mimic. Like, once you would get the Mimic, you'd like stop doing Explore forever in the current state of the game. There's just not enough incentive to go back there. Wow, we're getting a lot of merchants all of a sudden. They really want my gems. Though not too much with that offer. You've been buying? Yeah, honestly, out of every single mini purchase that's in Gems of War, if you're already going through the entirety of Underspire, the $2 little bundle for those extra lanterns seems really worthwhile. I've almost been considering it. Because even if you just take the value alone of just getting 1 single silver medal, honestly, in the current state of the game, 1 single silver glory is pretty much in itself worth $2. Like, if you know for sure, if they had an offer that had a silver glory in it, minimum it's 20 bucks. No way they don't. Yeah, you can spend $2 every week and get it for from the Underspire, and still double like the pet orb and some other stuff. I don't think we've ever had an offer to just buy the medals, like the bronze, silver, and glory. I mean, the bronze, silver, and gold glory medals. But if they ever did, you know they're going to sell the gold for like 30 bucks or something, the silver for like 15 plus. Yeah, you can get them for only like $2 in Underspire. Yeah, the problem with Underspire is it does cost a lot of gems. It does eat through a lot. We've been averaging a little under 1,000. I know we're about to spend like 1,050 this week. Don't look at that one. But we, on average, I've been spending a bit under 1,000. His last week was like, what, 600 something? Though we did have a really unlucky week with it this week. But, I personally feel like it's worth it if you have the gems, but it does cost a lot of gems. Several hundred, give or take a couple hundred. But the loot you get in return is worth more than the gems put in. If anything, I would stop doing something like a bounty hunter event and start just dumping it all into Underspire and like a few other events like that. Because bounty hunter's loot is not that good anymore. For like the several hundred gems you spend for it, you get 2 major orbs and like a few other things. But if neither of those 2 major orbs are that good, you don't really get that much for it. And now almost every weekly event gives you 2 major orbs. The only one that doesn't is World Event. But all the other ones give you 2. Like Journey events, raids, invasions, Tower of Doom. They used to only give 1, but the recent changes then make them give 2. So the only unique thing that that event had going for it, and that it was the only mode that gave you 2 guaranteed major orbs, it doesn't even do anymore. Because now like every other mode does as well, or at least those weekly ones. The main reason I even still do them, or buy them up, is not even necessarily for their loot, but mostly because of the max troop. Like, the whole reason I even buy the bounty hunters anymore isn't even for the loot of the bounty hunter mode, which it used to be back in the day. It's simply just to max out the troop, so you don't have to go through the hassle of doing it later. Because that's where most of the value is, like, later in the game for bounty hunter. Because natural loot from it's kind of dated now. Could really use a revamp. There's a lot of things in the game that could use a revamp. The problem is they'll do like an update and it like power creeps like a bunch of stuff. And then it'll take like years for everything else to catch up. Which is just a reoccurring pattern. In all fairness, a lot of games are like that. Like slow power creeping and then it takes forever for other things to catch up. Though I do like that they're trying to make shinies try to do that. Like they've been adding shinies to some weaker troops in the game. But the problem is they've also been adding shinies to stronger troops in the game, and obviously those strong ones gain a massive benefit. Like that dragon we had the other week. Very broken beyond belief. Because shiny in premise was kind of cool, in that they were initially trying to give it to like weaker stuff. But the second they started giving it to stronger stuff, which you've already done, kind of imbalanced that just a little bit. Because now things that were already like the entire meta now has 2 lower mana costs and 1 extra gem spawn and, you know, other things like that. You'd spend more gems on Underspire if you had Diamantina. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I spent so many gems on Diamantina. I think we did the math for it on one stream. Gosh, how much would it have been? I don't even remember now. Wasn't it a 5-digit number? It had to have been a 5-digit number. Because we're throwing 300 gems for like 5 months straight. What's 150 times 300? I can't do that math in my head at the moment. Well, we're not in a Palooza right now. Let me just get a calculator up. Let's see. What's 150 times 300? That's approximately how much we spent. That's not the exact number. It might actually be a little bit higher than that. Because we were also buying like bundles and stuff. But also, why don't I have like a hotkey thing that goes straight to calculator? Why am I typing in calculator? There it is. No, not calendar, calculator. Okay, what's 150 times 300? Yeah, like yeah, I think it was, now that I see that number, I think I remember what it was. I think it was around 56,000 gems was our approximation. That math I just did was 45,000. But we spent a little bit more than that because we're buying like other bundles and stuff. But yeah, I think we spent about 56,000 gems to get Diamantina when we were rushing it initially. And by rushing it, I mean it took us 5 months. We got like 4 times over drop rate. So we're way on the unluckier side. Like on average, it should take you like 20-ish thousand gems if you did it every single day until you had it. Like 20 or 30,000. But we went 4 times over drop rate, so we got a little unlucky. We're a bit of an outlier on how much it costs, though. Like, the actual cost to get Diamantina is like about 30,000 or less. But it did take us about 56,000. I think someone calculated like the true average to be about 13. And I ended up going like 20 something. So minimum double over drop rate. Oh no, it depends on what you consider like at drop rate. Because given that there's 6 of them and you know, you can get it's an even drop rate each, you could theoretically consider 6 to be at drop rate. But I believe the actual like averaged math, if you do it out with like that one formula, it's like a 13 or 13.5. But even that, we still went like over double drop rate, even if you do it based on that number. Or over 4 times over if you consider 6 to be at drop rate. Which technically it is, technically it isn't. It's very unlikely that you would pull each individual unique one with only 6 though. Like, that's absurdly unlikely. Though it is the minimum that could occur. Yeah, there's still no way to target the dragon you're missing. Which is weird, because I think they mentioned they were going to, like, add some kind of feature for that, and they never did. Which I don't quite understand what happened there. There'd be a lot of people who would spend, like, 4 times the actual cost of the dragon to, like, guarantee get the dragon. I know I would have when I needed the last one. Would have saved us, like, actually, how many did we open at that point? Yeah, it would have still saved us thousands of gems at that point. Minimum. Like, minimum. Because I think we rolled like almost 12 to 15 times when we only needed 1 dragon left. So if we could have just spent like 4 times as much to get a guarantee 1-to-1 we needed, we would have saved so many. Oh, and it took you 10 eggs? Nice. Actually, I can check exactly how many it took us, because I never got more of them. So the current number of gem dragons I have right now, not counting Diamantina, is how many we did. So it took us, don't count the Diamantina number. It took us 9, 10, and the brown one was the one we couldn't get. It took us 9, 10, 15, 21, 27. It took us 27 rolls to be able to get it. So yeah, very unlucky. And the brown one was the one we couldn't get. We literally got more than 4 of every other dragon. Or, you know, 4 more of every single other one. On the trying to just get 1 single brown one. And what the worst thing about it is, it doesn't even give you uniques once you have 4 of it. Like, they can at least do that to kind of balance it out so you don't get too unlucky. Because we were talking about that when we're near the end of the grinds. Like, why are we getting 5 or 6 copies of ones we already have 4 of? They should at least code it so if you have 4 of the dragon, you should never be able to get more of it. It'll just guarantee roll 1 of the other ones. Because if it did that, we would have been at minimum, or maximum, minimum, whatever. We would have been able to cut off at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 less dragon eggs we would have had to have opened if that mechanic existed. Even if we got max unluckiness. If they had that system in place, we would have been able to do at minimum 6 less eggs. Potentially even less than that. But I'm not sure why they didn't at least implement that, because that would be a good middle ground. Like, that wouldn't allow you to target a dragon, but it would make sure you can't get as unlucky as we did. It'd make it literally impossible to get that unlucky. Have we found a verse 3 yet? No. My verse 3 luck today, I don't know what it is. We might just have to hand out this code. I'm not sure. But my verse 3 luck today, I have farmed on average 5 or 6 hours today. I want to say. I have no clue. I keep changing the number. Mostly because I do it sporadically throughout the day, so it really depends. Like, in theory, I've been farming it for almost like 8 to 10 hours today, but, you know, it's between other stuff, so it's hard to count up the time. But with however many several hours I've grinded today, I have somehow only found 1 verse 3. We've been doing this for at least a half an hour on stream right now, and we still have not found a verse 3 either. Okay, if we don't find a verse 3 in the next 10 minutes, we'll just hand out the code, the second code. Though we're going to still keep hunting for that verse 3. We're not ending the stream until we find a verse 3. I don't care if we have to go to midnight. The stream does not end until we find and do at least 1 more verse 3. Which would be the second one we found all day. But yeah, if it takes us too much longer, we will hand out the second code soon. And if we do that, we'll hand out the third code when we finally find his first 3. Wherever it is lurking, we will eventually get it. How about this? We'll hand out the code when we get a level if we don't get a verse 3 by then. We're almost at a level. Try Bright Forest. Is Bright Forest one-shottable with 20 damage? Because as I recall, I don't think it is. I think there's like 1 or 2 things there that can survive it. Unless we do like the double dust level method, but go slightly slower. A 6-hour stream. Honestly, with my luck today, we might legitimately be here till midnight, which is like 2.5 more hours. I'm not sure why. I've just been so unlucky on verse 3 today. Like, we've never been unlucky on this hard on a verse grind before. Like, I don't even need to worry about getting verse 2s anymore. Like, yesterday we were mentioning, oh, our verse 2s might finally dip below our verse 3. No. Not after today. Because all I'm finding is 1, 2, and 4. You've been getting verse 3 all day in Broken Spire. I'm pretty sure it's purely coincidence whenever Kingdom is giving more of something. I've not seen any evidence to indicate that's anything other than pure coincidence. Because yesterday we weren't doing bad on verse 3 here. Just today. Because pretty much every verse 3 we used yesterday was from here. Or, you know, from the grind. Well, not all of them, because I think we had a few on reserve, but most of them that we used yesterday was. You know what I'm going to do, though? Actually, no, I'll give out the doggy now. When we get our level. I was going to say, I'll save the doggy for when we finally get the verse 3. We'll save a normal code for it. Just in case anyone's staying up late, because we might be here a while. So yeah, we'll hand out the doggy for when we get a level here. And then we're not ending the stream until we find and use a verse 3. I think that's our entire goal for the rest of the stream. However long it takes. And we'll hand out a code when we find it. And then use it immediately after. But that's basically the end goal of this stream. Find and use verse 3. If it takes 10 minutes or 10 hours, we shall do it. But hopefully we get better luck tomorrow, because we need to open like 5 or 6 Paloozas tomorrow. And I have 0. Oh, we should be able to, unless we get this unlucky again. I highly doubt that's going to happen, though. Hey, there's our level. Okay, let's go hand out a doggy. And then we'll go dig up the other code for when we finally find this verse 3 in 5 hours from now. Let's see. There you guys go. Enjoy. That should be a doggy code, unless I accidentally did the wrong one. Yeah, that's the game plan for the rest of the stream. Find verse 3, then use verse 3. And when we find it, we'll hand out one more code. And then we'll end it just by using it for the last 15 minutes of the stream. Yeah, let's see how long this takes. I'm going to start a timer right now. From this level up, let's see how long it takes us to find a verse 3. We've already been grinding for like half an hour, so just add a half an hour to that timer. At minimum. But, let's see. From the level up, how long is it going to take us to find verse 3? And theoretically add plus 30 to that timer. Because that's how long we've already been going, if not longer. Oh, there's verse 2. Once again, don't need it. Well, we kind of do, but it is our second lowest, but soon to be not with how many we've been getting today. I've actually been doing really good on verse 2 today. But verse 2 is not verse 3. He got our back for the rest of the grind, thank you. Actually, you know what? Let me go add... Let's go add it. Wait, I want to see. Wait, I want to see. When do we start this grind? I'm going to go back into the stream. I'm going to get the exact time when we started Dust Deviling. We're still Dust Deviling then? No, we're taking the thing. How about here? Okay, we're already Dust Deviling here. So we started Dust Deviling for about 50 minutes. Has it been that long? Let me double check. Have we been Dust Deviling for 15 minutes here? Wow, time flies by. Okay, well, add 50 minutes to timer. Whoa. Hold up. Okay, so let me go do this real quick. I want to see how long it takes us to find a verse 3. Just to show how unlucky we've been with it today. There's somewhere in settings where I can change this to start at 50. There it is. I think I just changed this number to 5000. Right? Is that how I do it? Yeah, there we go. Alright. Is that how long it's been since we've gotten a anything? Or how long we've been trying to get verse 3? Not since we've gotten anything. It's technically even longer than that, but that number is hard to calculate. But this is just on stream today, how long we've been farming for verse 3. Make a poll on how long it's gonna take? Sure, we could do it. How long will it take us to find a verse 3? Let's see. Start a poll. How long until verse 3? Under 1 hour. Let's say like 61 to like I don't know, 90 minutes. Let's see. Like 91 to 120 minutes, which is like 2 hours. And then everyone who thinks we'll be here all night. Let's see. There we go. The poll has been polled, if I can ever do it. I just did that in the weirdest syntax there, but I think that's understandable. There we go. It's gonna take 69 minutes. A lot of people for under 1 hour. That does mean we'll find it in the next 9 minutes, because it technically is already 51 in. Because under 1 hour would mean 8 minutes or less at this point. Which in theory, that is how long a verse 3 should be to take. Like, we should be finding like 2 or 3 an hour. Which is like 20, 30 minutes. In theory, that is not what's happening. Oh, you guys are right. End poll. Aha! Well, I guess you guys were right. Oh, wow. Well, it took us about 52 minutes during this stream to find 1 verse 3. It has been done. Well, majority was correct, surprisingly. But there we go. Well, we found it. Alright, anything good from the merchant? No, of course not. Let's go run it. Well, good thing we already have the timer up. Oh no, I don't want you to start at 50 though. Go back to 0. Let's see. Start at 0, start at 0. How do I change this? 0. There we go. Make sure it works. Oh yeah, it does work. Okay, there we go. Anyways, let's go run this Palooza. I'll wait a little bit on the code because we just handed it out. I'll hand it out like midway through this Palooza. Because we kind of just handed one out. Let's see. I have a message on Discord. Let's see, what is this? Oh yeah, we never did do the Mew thing. Are we doing that tomorrow, by the way? How long does the event last? Tyrion, you probably know all these things. How long is the event lasting? And if so, do we need to do it tomorrow? Because let me know, like, what time tomorrow. And I will hopefully be around. Let's see. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Jetto code. Because I haven't posted it into my master list yet, which I should probably go do. The reason I haven't is I don't want to confuse them with the cat and dog codes. So I haven't copied them over to my other thing yet. But here you guys go. Actually, I might as well hand it out right now. There you go. This one's only a normal code, but a normal code nonetheless. Still a code. Still a key in it and everything else. Anyways, let's go run this last Palooza. And I'll end it there for now. Until tomorrow, where we need to go grind until we have 300 counting pity. And there's the little doggy. That's not the one we just handed out. The one we just handed out should be a normal code. Doggy was from earlier. Anyways, let's go end it out. One last Palooza. And then tomorrow we shall go until... tomorrow's stream does not end until we at least have 300 keys. Ideally not counting Epic Vault keys, but I'm not against including Epic Vault key in that count. I don't know, we'll see. We've been a little bit too unlucky today. Across, like, everything. Oh, that's not the right team, is it? There we go. And I'm proud for the go. And we'll have another 3 tomorrow night when we finish out the grind. 1 cat, 1 dog, 1 normal. And then we'll be back to normal cat dogs. And then once we run out of cat dogs, we're going to go down to like almost no codes because then we'll just have normal codes. Until the 19th where we'll hand out the Talk Like a Pirate Day pet. Though I only have 1 Talk Like a Pirate Day pet to hand out, unfortunately. But it will be on the actual holiday of the 19th, which is 1 day before the Gems of War one on the 20th. I'll catch you later, Jason. Thanks for stopping by. If anyone still has any questions or anything you want me to go over, let me know. These are probably going to call it a wrap after this Palooza. Come on, please click. There we go. Use a bug type Mew? Oh yeah, I didn't look up the strategy that Tyrion sent me. I might just make my own custom build depending on what we need. Because I think I was going to build the support role. Which I assume is just use Mirror Coat. Not Mirror Coat. What's the one that's not Reflect? What is the special attack version of Reflect in Pokemon called? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played. But use that into, like, probably setting some kind of terrain. Into using some kind of debuff or buff for the team. I'm pretty sure would be the strategy. Oh, you wanted the support? Oh, okay. Yeah, Light Screen. That's the one. Not sure why I said Mirror Coat. Mirror Coat's the one that does special attack Reflect. Which is not the same as special attack Reduction. I like to spam Calm Mind. Does Mew learn that one move that just clears stats every attack? Because you can just spam that then. I know Mew has a really weird move table. So I assume it learns a move like that. Like that one poison type move that clears targets' effects. And it works through the barrier as well, if I'm not mistaken. Because stats effects don't work through the barrier shield, but physical attacks or special attacks, like actual attacks that have a debuff on them do. And I could have sworn there's a poison move that does it. Because I remember that one mushroom guy always using it in competitive. And normally you'd counter it by just going steel type or something. Can't remember what the move is called. It's been a while since we played Pokemon to any degree. Realistically, it's been like 7 months at this point. Rather than me checking on whatever the exclusive Pokemon is. Aside from that, I haven't actually like played the most recent Pokemon game for like 7-8 months. Forgetting all the things. It's a pretty easy game to relearn though. I don't know, would you want Psychic Terrain? I'm not sure what the Mew actually spams, or the Mewtwo. Because depending on what it spams, you might use a terrain that counters it. But if it's weak to something, we might set a terrain that, you know, is effective against it. Clicking so quickly. Because we're gonna need a new mouse with how much we click during Vault event weekends. Well, a lot of the grind I've been doing for Verse, I've just been doing on phone. Because it's a lot easier to just mash click on phone. I feel like it requires almost more finger movement to mash click on a mouse than it does on a phone. It's because you can like adjust your finger a lot more on a phone compared to where you position it on a mouse. So you get less cramping. Oh, Clear Smog, I think is what it was called. I'm not sure why I just remembered it now. The thing that the mushroom uses. And by mushroom, I mean Amoonguss. And the only reason I remember that is because of Among Us. Because there's always memes about it, because Among Us, Amoonguss. Though Amoonguss came before Among Us, so technically it came beforehand. Because I believe Clear Smog is a 40 or 20 base special attack move that's poison. And it hits through barrier on those den battle thingies. So even if they have barrier up, it still clears the stats. Oh, he would probably need Psychic Terrain then. I didn't realize it spams like Hypnosis or something. Yeah, that would work. Whoever uses Psychic Terrain needs to have the Terrain Extender, though. Most likely. Because it makes it go from 5 turns to 8 turns. Because realistically, you would need to have both of them, too. Someone would need to have Light Clay for... oh gosh. I can't remember what it's called. I want to call it Mirror Code again. But one person needs the Light Shield thingy for 8 turns, and the someone needs the Extender. The Terrain Extender. So you would have to have 2 people on support, then. Because you can have one Pokemon hold both. Oh, if someone has Clear Smog or something similar, Sword Dance won't matter. Unless you mean we need Sword Dance. Which is actually kind of funny, because I did want to build my Mew offensively. Instead of special attack. Because I feel like everyone always builds a special attack. And the one I have has 0 IVs and special attack, so I was like, I'm going to keep it as 0. Does Light Screen reduce Psy Strike? No. It does not. Because it counts as physical. Or, That's actually a good question. No, I believe it counts as physical purely. It's a purely physical move, I'm pretty sure. So Light Screen would not block it. You would need Reflect. Though the person who Light Screens could just both Light Screen and Reflect. Whoever has Light Clay would do both. So it'll last for 8 turns. Unless he has a move that breaks it. Like Brick Break or any of the other ones. But if he has no way to break it, the person with Light Clay would just do both then, if he uses both. The way that Psy Strike works is it takes their special attack value, but it is purely a physical move. So Reflect would protect against it. Or, reduce it. But it rolls off of his special attack. Like, its power is based on his special attack, but the roll to your defense is based on your physical defense. So it using Sword Dance would not increase its power, but us using Reflect would reduce its power. It using Calm Mind would increase its power. Which assumably it does based on what you said earlier. Whose favorite Pokemon is Bellsprout? Oh gosh. Didn't Markiplier make a joke about that when he said all the things that he would bang, Pokemon-wise? There was quite the pause on I think the middle evolution one. I can't remember what that one is called. I know Victory Bell was the last one. Bellsprout was the first one. I can't remember what the second one was called. The one that's basically a moving fleshlight. I keep reading only Light Screen from you. Well, if he has Psy Strike, I am near guaranteed it rolls off of physical. So you would still need Reflect for that. Unless most of his moves are special. And that's like his only physical. Because you're already naturally resisted to Psy Strike. So if that's his only physical move, you probably wouldn't need Reflect to counter it, necessarily. Because you're already resistant to it. Because by default start as a Psychic type. And Psychic takes less damage from Psychic. Because we only got 1 minute left. Wouldn't After Dark be morning? Almost is at this rate. No, it's like 10 a.m. right now. I mean 10 p.m. I don't know how time works. Well, so we only have a few battles left. Oh no. Until tomorrow, where we'll go finish out the grind. Also, why on earth am I looking at 4 jewel gnomes? Oh, never mind. That's only 3 jewel gnomes. I couldn't tell because the other one was equally as useless. Oh, we got an epic Volky. Okay, it wasn't too useless. Let's see what we get for this. Oh, we get double soul gnome. And there we go. What do we get here? 3,500. Nice. Alright, should be everything. There we go. Let's go add our number up. See what we get. Let's see. 140. Wait, how did we get so many Volkies? Whoa, on earth just happened. That's actually a pretty good roll. 143? It's like 25-ish. And we only got 1 epic, but hey, still nice. Oh, that's not the number I need. There we go. Alright. And 1 more Palooza for this pile. So we are halfway there. Though only 1 day left, but that just means we need to grind forever tomorrow. Well, as long as we get better luck than today for finding verses, we should be okay. We're sitting on 27 pity. That brings us to what, like almost 170 right now. So yeah, we're in an okay position, especially if we count epics. But yeah, we need to find at least 6 Paloozas to do tomorrow, which I should be manageable. We just need to not get as unlucky as we did today, and we'll be perfectly fine. So we'll see how we do tomorrow. But, yeah, I should need 6 Paloozas then to finish that out. Because that'll be about 120. And at that point, counting pity and everything else, we're in the clear then. So, seems good to go. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 hours prior to now tomorrow. Aside from that, yeah, I guess we'll just be back, finish out the grind, hopefully find a bunch of verses throughout the day. If we don't, we'll be streaming till like midnight tomorrow. Because we're not stopping until we hit 300. Though I might count epics. But we're not stopping until the total number of keys say 300. So we'll go from there. And hopefully we can get Etchy 300 normal Volkies. But honestly, I will count epics if we had to. Because honestly, we've been doing pretty good on epics this weekend. We're actually a bit above on them. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Still plenty of time if you haven't been doing the grind. We're already doing half our grind pretty much tomorrow. And you can too, because we still have like a whole day left on this event. You still have 1 day, 4 hours, so if you haven't started, you still have plenty of time. So make sure to do so. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye, everyone.